Hey, today you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. And what's exciting about today is I get to meet different people from all walks of life and even back east, like where I'm from. And today I want to introduce you to Mr. Louis Camassa from the great old state of New York.
That's it, New York, born and bred.
Born and bred. And we're
What's
in
up?
California.
We're in California.
Probably because it's cold in New York and Ohio right now, where I'm from.
It is.
So it's pretty exciting. Now, I met you in Toastmasters. We're in the same club called South County Presenters in Rio Grande, California, on the Central Coast. Not a bad place to live.
Yeah, best place in the world.
Best place in the world. A lot of people come here to vacation. It's pretty exciting. But over the last year, I got to know a little bit about you and your story. So please tell our viewers here what brought you from New York City, right? Or Buffalo?
Well, close. New York.
New
Not
York.
upstate New York. You gotta be
Okay,
careful there.
right.
You got upstate New York at the city, then you got Long
Oh,
Island.
I know. It's
Long Island boys.
Long Island. It's like California. Oh, you must be from LA. You must be from
No,
San
no.
Fran. We literally live in the middle of San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Central Coast.
About 4 hours either way. And people
Well, 3 if
don't
you drive
realize that.
fast.
I'm still, I did a speed limit. I did the speed limit. So about 4-ish.
Okay.
But what brought you out to this neck of the woods? And tell us a little about your story.
Well, as Joseph said, I grew up in New York and love the energy there, the hustle and bustle, hate the weather. And right now it's a good time to hate the weather in New York. They got snow coming down. They got snow in November. They were totally unprepared for. And I remember going out and in my car, starting it up. And you have to start your car about 30 minutes before you're ready to leave.
Remember that?
Because you got to wait for the windshield, all the ice to break off. You got to wait for the
Get
car
your
to heat
scraper.
up. Get the
Yep.
scraper.
Mhm.
If you're like my grandfather, he plugs the car into the electrical outlet to keep it warm, the engine warm. Things don't freeze up. But you'd be getting in your car, you'd be driving, white knuckle driving, because the roads are so icy and you can't really see where the lines are. You run over curbs, you got to change your tire in the middle of the winter, try to jack it up, and it's sliding all over. So I got tired of that. I got tired of the darkness and came out here to California because it's all sunshine and smiles. And I came out here for a client maybe about 12 years ago now.
Okay.
I was working with him remotely back in the day. I used Craigslist to find him, and we always worked telecommute. He asked me to come out and visit him for about a week, and I said, okay, I'll do that. I'll help you with your local event. So flew out, and as soon as the plane hit the tarmac, fell in love. There was like birds chirping and rainbow, and I got out of San Luis Obispo Airport and just really fell in love with the area. And of course, he gave me the whole horse and pony show, drove me around to farmers market, showed me the beach, showed me some of the great amenities here.
Oh, great place.
After the end of that week, he's like, hey, do you want to move out here? I was like, I don't know. He goes, I got a place right on the beach. You can move right into it. So, all right, I'm sold. So I flew back to New York. I took about a month to get all my everything arranged and everything settled. And then I packed all my stuff into the backseat of my Camaro. And the trunk's like the size of a handbag, so you can't put much in there. And then pedal to the metal. We drove out, and I saw the Delta of the Mississippi. I saw the Painted Desert, the Grand Canyon, and just made an amazing trip of it. And came out here to do what I love, which is marketing technology, brand building, and helping companies connect with customers.
Oh, that's a really great story. And how long did it take you to get from New York to here?
I took about 10 days because I stopped at
Oh,
all
you
these
stopped
spots.
everywhere.
I was doing the speed limit most of the time. I was amazed. Like some places it was 85 miles an hour, and you're just
Right.
cruising, and there's just nothing for miles. You just see a straight road, and you see the mountains way in the distance. But the diversity of our country is amazing. There's so many different spots we go to and see, and a lot of people go internationally. But just if you stay in this country, there's so much to see, so many great people out there, and so many great sights.
There is. It's funny. I moved here from South Carolina. It took 3.5 days to drive here. The first time when I was by myself, when I went back to get my family, probably 6 or 7 days. It was by myself, 3.5 days. But you're right. The United States has a lot to offer. The Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore, like you said, the Sierras, the different places. Check it out, the Rockies. I was there last year visiting.
Amazing. So one of my life missions is visiting all the 60 national parks in our country. So when you look at our country as a whole, we have state parks and we have national parks. The national parks, and there's 60 of them, are amazing. They're the gems of our country. It's what's been coined as America's best ideas. Roosevelt and some of our forefathers went and developed these properties for us to go and visit and to see all of the natural wonders here. So this year we went to, I think we're at 16 different parks this year.
16 already?
We
This
went
year
to
alone?
Yeah, this year alone. I was looking through my notes of this whole year's travels, and we flew to Florida. We saw 3 there. We drove cross country from New York to California. We saw about 7 on that trip. California has 9, so we visited a few there that we haven't seen yet.
Sure.
And it's an amazing experience, and it really helps you commune with nature and really recharge from this technology world we're living in now.
Sure.
That's all I do. I'm on a computer sitting down all day. You gotta disconnect. You gotta get out there. You gotta explore. And
we have to disconnect. We have to develop those relationships. We have to smell the fresh air.
Smell the fresh air.
Smell the fresh air. Now, what kind of business are you in? I know you're in marketing and branding. Is that what you've been doing most of your career?
Most of my career was in marketing technology, and go back maybe 20 years ago, when the web first came out, the internet first came out, everybody thought it was a fad. I was the one guy that was like, hey, it's not, and let's get your website built. A lot of companies like, no, we don't need a website. I remember one of the first companies I went and pitched. I had a cold call, knock on doors. I went to this cutlery place in Center Reach, New York, right down the road from where I lived, and was trying to pitch them on a website. And I remember going in there, talking to the owners, going through my whole presentation. At the time, we didn't have laptops. I just had to print everything out.
Of course.
25 years ago. So I printed everything out. I showed them how it would look and how they had a website, what it would do. I remember at the end of the conversation, the woman, the owner, she said, I don't need a website. I think that's a fad. People like to come in. They like to feel the knives. They like to look at them. They like to try them out. I said, okay. And I left. And about 2 or 3 years later, that business went out of business because people were buying knives online. People, sometimes they want to feel them, but if you look at the ecosystem of online sales right now, people have bought cutlery online. They bought shoes. Zappos proved that wrong.
I have.
They bought clothes.
Pets
they
too.
Bought pets. I bought many pets online. They bought cars, and now online grocery, which a lot of people say can't be done. Instacart, one of the biggest online grocery delivery services, has raised billions of dollars, and they're proving that model. So I think pretty much everything short of getting a haircut or a back massage or some sort of doctor service is going to be online.
Going door to door selling the website.
I was going door to door. I didn't do many of them because it was tough to do.
Of course.
And
you were younger.
I was younger.
Right.
I like more the technology side, but I cut my teeth in developing websites on my own. I sold my first account for $500, made him this awesome website. And I remember the first day we launched it, no sales came in. I was all worried. I was like, oh no, this guy paid me $500, no sales. But then day 2 came, we got 1 sale. Day 3, we got 2 or 3 sales. And then at the end of that month, sales were rolling in and from all over the country. We couldn't even ship to Canada. They were coming in from Canada to figure out how to deal with shipping. So that's where I started, and then I slowly evolved into developing websites for bigger brands. Many brands in the sustainable food and beverage market, and did some really good work for them, and then moved into technology development, developing what's called SaaS, software as a service platforms that give people an opportunity to use services online. So think of like a LinkedIn, a Facebook, use MailChimp. Those are all SaaS platforms. It's a new business model.
Okay.
Subscription
I know you teach a lot about, LinkedIn, for instance. I know you did a workshop on that a couple weeks ago or something. Now, tell us a little bit about that and what it means to the average person.
Yeah, absolutely. So in today's age, we have more than just direct mail and your typical traditional marketing. So you got TV, radio, direct mail. Those were the traditional marketing methods of years past. Now, the last 20 years, we've seen a real dynamic change in how we market ourselves and our companies. And it's more than just sending out a flyer. It's more than just doing a TV or radio ad. Now we have social media. We have Facebook. We have Instagram. We have LinkedIn. And the power of those social media is really interesting. It's tenuable. There's a lot of interesting points to it in that you can connect with an audience, but they can also connect back. And this is the first time ever where there's a two-way dialogue in real time. Feedback. Some of it's good, some of it's bad.
Some of it is bad.
Some of it is bad. But if you do your job right, you make it right, people appreciate that. In fact, they did a study and they said when people write a bad review on Yelp or any type of review site, TripAdvisor, if you go in and you acknowledge them and apologize, they're likely to change that review and think better of you. So it actually, and they're actually going to be a longer, more loyal customer because of that.
Sure, you interacted, you found a mistake, you said we'll do our best to fix it. Just good customer service.
Good customer service.
Good customer. Now, how can our audience or viewers out there find you?
Yeah, so I'm online. You can go to louiscamassa.com. That's LOUISCAM as in Mike, ASSA.com. Or you can check out our brand, empathunited.com. That's empathy without the Y, united.com. And of course, you just type in Louis Camassa into Google. You'll see my LinkedIn, you'll see my Facebook, you'll see my Instagram, you'll see Twitter.
I think you have me blocked.
I don't know about that. You can get access anytime you want.
I know. That's pretty good. Well, I appreciate the information. Tell us the importance about branding, the importance of being persistent, even if you have to knock on the door a few times. and not to expect immediate success. Even with the website, it could take 2, 3, 4 days or even weeks.
That's right.
To get something or longer.
Success is a long-term vision, and you always have to start with the first step.
All right. Well, thank you, Lewis. I
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
your
Yeah.
time.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you all again. This has been In the Office with Joseph Skoda.
All right, stay warm.
Have an awesome day. Stay warm. Bye now.